Well, what is going on? Welcome back to Clayton Schick Outdoors. Of course, I'm Clayton Schick. This is the wonderful outdoors. It's a lot darker out than it looks in this viewfinder. I promise that much. Lake trout is the mission today. Hopefully a big mama lake trout. No idea what I'm gonna catch. Obviously, that's the part of fishing, right? That was just, why do you even say that? We never know what we're gonna catch when we go fishing. That was just silly, Clayton. It's early morning, as you can tell. Haven't had breakfast yet. So pretty soon we're gonna get a bagel on the buddy heater, grill it up, have breakfast, sit back, enjoy, and hopefully we can smoke a big mama lake trout. Let's do it. It is good to be alive. It's dark, dark, dark. It's dark. The underwater camera is still dark, dark, dark. After going over some of the footage that I captured recently, whether it was last video or a few videos before of them biting like that, like below the ice, I had to do it again. Like, I love that shot where they're coming up and they eat like that. That's pretty cool, in my opinion anyway. Even if I have to take it out right after I get that strike or whatnot, I put the camera down just to actually see the fish like fighting down there more than anything, and then end up getting two eats, one where the fish didn't hook up and then one of a big one that actually landed. So it was kind of cool. If you haven't seen that video, you can find it. One of my, probably my last lake trout video, most likely. You never know. You never know. Well, so far getting here nice and early. Hasn't paid off fishing wise, but it has paid off because I can enjoy my bagel in peace without having to reel in a fish yet. Fish chasing me up here. I get to eat on the underwater camera or nothing. Do you have the hook? Nope. Just messing with that little guy. Nope, look at that. Here he comes again. It's almost fun just to play keep away with him. So right now that's 10 feet down below the ice. Oh, I just bumped him on the top of the head. A lot of times when the bait just sits here is when they actually hit it. Watch this. Boom. Don't grab the whole thing. They just like nip at it. Oh, it's got the hook area, I think. Nope. So hard with that big hook with small fish. That bait needs to be almost in the fish's mouth for it to hook up. He's got the head of the tube jig right now. Let go. Let go. He doesn't have the hook. This is so funny to watch. Oh. Give me a good view. Oh, head of the tube jig. Let go. He's going to wreck my tube jig here. Maybe I can pull him up into the hole. Wouldn't that be something if I could actually bring him way up here? Could you imagine if he came up and hit it right there? That'd be fun. Getting a little bit crazy there, Clayton. Okay. This fish clearly wants to get caught, so I have an idea. Let go. You don't have the hook. You don't have the hook. Unless it's slid. Oh, he might now. It might have slid. Might have slid in his mouth. Oh, he's hitting my live. Imaging pull. Okay, it must have slid. Okay, we got him. We did get him. It must have slid. Yeah, it slid. We got him in the side of the face, which is kind of what I figured. Okay, well, our first fish of the day is a little eater. An eater-sized lake trout. You'd be a good... Oh, when they're charged up, they just make a mess. That fish would be a good meal right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. On my phone, there's a fish coming here. It's coming up, but it's smaller. Lake trout fishing, you tend to end up on your phone sometimes when you have an hour lull. That's for sure. I got two Lakers just came in here though. I know I was looking at the camera, but oh, he picked it up off the bottom. He's smaller. I don't have to catch this fish. I don't have to catch this fish. And sometimes I don't, like, I'd rather not even catch him right now. Just the fact that if a bigger one is in the area or comes in. But this guy is definitely hooked. You see all that stuff on the live image right now, that's him burping. Oh, you can see it on the underwater camera too. Look at all that. It burp, 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 burp. Lake trout have the ability to burp. That's why you can fish them a little bit deeper. They can get barotrauma, but they do have the ability to burp out their air bladder. Another eater. This one would be like even almost too small to eat. You get a meal out of them. Actually, for one person like that, that'd be a good one for blackened sandwiches, which I need to do at some point. So yeah, it's good to see some fish show up. And like I said, lake trout fishing, I feel like you tend to spend some time on your phone at times, because you can go an hour or 2 hours just sitting here staring at the screen. And it's nicer because usually you can see them coming from a little bit further away, so you're like watching your phone, but you're still like watching the screen at the same time. We're limiting the screen time, right? It's anybody that says they don't spend time on their phone when they're lake trout fishing is probably lying. I'm not talking about when the bite's on and there's fish swimming around and you're catching fish, you're not on your phone. But when you sit and stare at the screen for an hour, all of a sudden you're like, It happens. It's going to happen probably more too. And all my lake trout videos that I put out, definitely, where I'll be on my phone at some point. I put a lake trout series out at the beginning of the ice fishing season that was all filmed last year, actually. And I talked lots about that whole series because it was like a 7 or 8 video series. It was a long one. I fished one lake for 5 days and another lake for 3 days is what I think I did. But where I'm going with this is the grind to catch a big lake trout is so real. Like, just time on the ice, staring at the screen, staring at the hole, just waiting and waiting and waiting. You have to be a patient man or woman when it comes to trying to track down a big lake trout. Definitely. Sometimes it can happen right away, right? Like, you get there, you drill a hole, bang, drop down, catch a big fish. A lot of times it takes some time of those lakers to cruise through. I compare them a lot to like a whitetail, where I feel like they cruise through certain areas, right? And they have like their home range area, and every like 3 days they come by that piece of structure or that area or whatnot. That's just a theory, right? Who knows? They obviously probably go after the bait more than anything. They fish, or they fish. They're hunting. They're hunting other fish all the time, right? Like, they're tracking and moving around where the bait is, I'm pretty sure. But either way, this is good. Very enjoyable. I just love being on the ice. Oh geez. There's a fish into the... I just dropped the Dragon Slayer down. This little guy came over right away. Chasing up. Chasing. It's right behind it on the underwater camera. Come on. If you want to catch smaller lakers, just downsize your bait a little bit, right? Or if I'm not saying if you want to catch smaller, if you want to catch... Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Little rodeo on that one. Like I said, just downsize a little bit, and you'll catch the smaller lakers that are down there almost every time. They don't always want to eat that big tube jig, that's for sure. It's harder for them to get that big tube jig in their mouth, so downsize the bait, and as you can see, it's a lot easier for them to eat it and hook up anyways. So yeah, well, 3 lakers, just all smaller ones right now. Oh, dropping past this fish. They like when it falls. Oh, he just picked it up as it's falling. Lakers sometimes like to fall just as much as the chase up. I think he picked it up as it was falling. He slacklined it. Okay, there we go. Well, we're catching some fish. Definitely catching some fish. It's cool to watch them on the underwater camera when they're fighting. And look at all the air that he's pushing up. Isn't that nuts? I'm not putting a bunch of pressure on him right now, because if he gets off, I'm not too worried about it. Kind of want him to tire out more than anything right now. Okay, we're going to bring you up. We'll try to, hopefully you don't make a mess in here, a disaster. The small ones on a double 10 hole always make a mess. Get up here. Get up here. Easy. It's got that Dragon Slayer right there. Nice, nice little guy. Okay, back down you go. Whoa. I was just doing a water column check and all of a sudden the fish was chasing. The old water column check. Pays to do it for sure. He just hardly bumped it. Look at that. They're so cool to watch. Probably drop it. Have a chance to catch him. Oh. No. They're like a shark. So cool to watch on an underwater camera. Okay, watch this. We'll drop it. He'll chase it down. He'll chase it and eat it as it's falling. It's going down. Come on. Catch up to it. Catch up to it. Catch up to it. I know you want to eat it. Don't prove me a liar. Okay, well, he's gonna eat it right on the bottom then, right? He's gonna pin it to the bottom and eat it right out of the mud / sand, whatever it is. Maybe not. They're so cool to watch on not just the underwater camera, but the live imaging too, how they interact with baits. Oh, what's on the bottom? That's a bigger one. That's a bigger one, I think. Just messing with that smaller guy up high. Nah, it's not that big either. He just looked bigger. He came in at a different angle. Pretty sure. It's bigger than the one I just had on camera. That's for sure. Both of them are going to come up. No. Kinda. Kinda. This is the bigger one out of the two. Still coming. Stopped. Drop down. We'll drop. Drop. Haven't seen a big mark yet today, so even the smaller marks are making me think that they're bigger than they are. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This looks better. This looks better. Oh, come on. Come on. This looks like a better fish. Come right up off the bottom. I'm going to try just letting it chase down. Oh, it likes that. It likes that a lot. Come on. Come to the bottom down there. Come down there. Come over here. Here you go. Get over here. I could just so make him out on the underwater camera there for a little bit. I did see a nicer one here, but it was not into eating at all. Okay. At least I'm seeing, at least I saw one, because it's like, what time is it? 1:44. So we don't have a pile of time left, right? Like 3.5, 4 hours type of thing. There does look like to be a nice remark 85 feet away too. Lake trout. Oh boy. Remember, lake trout fishing can be a grind. At this point, I don't even know where my video's at. I can't even remember what we talked about. I just know I got out here early. I've caught 4 lake trout so far. They seem to be more negative. Not so much neutral or positive. They're definitely in that negative state. I'm about to have some lunch here. I have some burgers that I barbecued before I came on my trip. Wrap them in tin foil. Put them on the buddy heater here. And have some lunch like that. Yeah. I'll do some cooking here in the next couple videos at some point for some Lakers. I want to do a blackened lake trout sandwich. Today probably would have been a good day to actually do that because I caught a couple real nice eaters. But that's the way it goes. It's never over though. You never know when that big fish that's willing to eat will come by. You do have to pay attention. Even though I talked about earlier about being on your phone and whatnot, you still have to have one eye on that graph the whole time because you never know when it's going to happen. The shack's big enough for a party, a dance party. Lake trout fishing can make you lose your mind. Could you imagine lake trout fishing all day with taro? It would be nuts, like nuts. Hey, Taro, you wanna go lake trout fishing, buddy? Let's play a quick game while my lunch is cooking here. We're gonna play one game of paper, rock, scissors. You guys ready? You guys all gotta play, okay? We're gonna go rock, paper, scissors, and then whatever you're gonna do, okay? Rock, paper, scissors, boom! Gotcha. You always took rock. I knew it. I gotcha. That was pretty easy. Oh boy, this mark just flew in. Oh, he's smaller, but but the little tube jig, I'm gonna probably catch the smaller ones, right? Well, first fish we've seen with a smaller tube jig, so it's a good sign anyway. When the fish do get negative, neutral, it doesn't hurt to downsize for sure. I've caught big lakers on a tiny little tube jig like this before. Oh, and it's gone, which is perfect. That's perfect. We're okay with that. We're more than okay with that. I'll show off the different sizes of tube jigs here at some point in this video yet. And then we have to also ask Dr. Donkey Clayton the questions, which I'll pull from a previous YouTube video, and we'll ask some questions, or answer some questions, I should say, not ask the questions. We'll answer the questions that were asked. Okay, let's pick a video and go through some questions right here. This one actually comes up, I think, twice in this video, so I will answer this question. Hat mount for your GoPro. Do you poke a hole through or magnet? I drill a hole through the hat. Right there, you can see about where I put on the hat, and this is a tripod mount. It's a GoPro tripod mount. Simple as that. Tighten it up. Got a little washer on the bottom, and yeah, biggest thing I can say is don't put it too far forward on the beak of the hat, because then it wants to fall down all the time like your head, and it's really hard on the back of your neck as well. But I poke a hole. The reason why I run the head camera like this compared to like a chest camera is that this is where your eyes are always looking, and that's going to capture, in my opinion, some of your best shots. And there's another question there too about the GoPro hat. Sweet video wondering how you have that GoPro attached to your hat. Is there going to be another season of Game of Inches? Right now there's nothing planned for a Game of Inches to be filmed this year. I don't know if it'll ever be a thing again. I'm not too sure. So the answer is no, I don't think there'll be another season of Game of Inches. Or right now anyway. I don't know. It's no for now. Awesome video, bud. Question though, what size treble hooks for the medium dinner bell? Removing the barbs, the hook broke. So I'm looking for a new treble. I'm wondering what size of treble for the medium tungsten dinner bell. For the medium dinner bell, I'm running usually a size 6 or a number 4 Barbarian VMC treble. The 4 I'll put on there when I know I'm going to be fishing big walleye area for sure. And the 4 I also run on the 3/8 though too. So it's a big hook for the 3/16 ounce dinner bell, the medium size. So you can use a number 6 for it as well if you're going to be fishing for fish that don't have as big of a mouth. Like maybe you're using a tungsten medium one for whitefish, Cisco, something like that, perch. But if you're going to go after walleye, you can get away with a size 4 VMC Barbarian treble hook on that spoon. It is a little bit big, so like I said, 4 or a 6. That was 3 questions. We'll do one more quick one here, just because I can link a video below to this. But it says, have you shown the sled setup, as in my snowmobile? Is that a rod holders on the Otter rod box? The rod holders are actually on the side of the sled. Link the video below for that video to go see the sled setup. I filmed it, I think last year, 2 years ago, something like that, and I probably could do a new video on it at some point as well. But there's a video linked below on my snowmobile setup. Here's a really nice comment from Fishgate. Way to go, turn a slow day into a good multi-species day. I admire how you go through so much effort setting up all your gear and you can still produce so much great footage. I especially love the live scope footage. Safe travels, Clayton. Thank you very, very much. I tried to find a donkey comment or a hate comment or a clown comment on this video, but sadly there is nothing, which is okay. That's perfectly, nothing wrong with that at all. No hate comments on that one or donkey comments. I don't even really, I probably won't ever actually read any hate comments. I'll just read some donkey comments, clown of the day sometimes. But there you go. There's another installment of Ask Dr. Donkey Clayton. And if you want to have your question asked or answered in a YouTube video, leave it below in this one. And I will try to answer it in a future video at some point. It's a slow, slow day of the lake trout fishing. It's a slow, slow day of lake trout fishing. It's a slow, slow day of lake trout fishing. Oh, where did the lake trout go? Oh, slow. Oh, I'm losing my mind. Cat lost something he never had, I guess. Oh, he picked it up off the bottom. Huh. Pretty sure that did a different one come in that's bigger, maybe? What's going on here? Or did I got him snagged, maybe? He could be snagged, I guess, too. It's possible. He's not that big. It's almost like he's coming up upside down, I think. I think he might have ran into my line and then the hook snagged him. Like he went down. Yeah, totally. He's coming up upside down. You're getting quite the ride, hey, bud? That is awesome. He might not necessarily have been snagged. Yeah, he is right there. Right in the back end. He's going to come up tail first. That's not a good way to get a ride there, bud. Let that be a lesson to all you lake trout. If you're not going to bite, I'm going to snag you in the back end. You know, obviously that was an accidental snag. He probably more so did it himself. But does it count as a catch? No, it doesn't count. But we'll put it on the board anyway. Okay, so we'll talk tube jig sizes here a little bit. Tube jigs are probably my most confident bait for lake trout. I've done lots of videos on this in the past, and I'm sure a lot of people are just going to skip past this. But there's 3 different sizes of tube jigs right here. This one right here is a bite size. This is 4 inches. I use white glow and chartreuse mostly. For a hook in there, I'll run a 5/8 ounce lead head tube jig, a tube jig lead head jig. This one right here, the middleman, we call this one. It's 5.5 inches. And this is probably my most popular size tube. I find it's like one of those, it's in the middle, obviously. And you can use it when the fish are negative. You can use it when the fish are positive. And you're usually going to catch something on that size. This one right here, the Big Mama. This one is like 6.5 inches. It's a bigger profile in general, right? It's just a big tube. I don't use this one with ice fishing as much. I do use it lots in open water though. This one I'm running to the big one, the Big Mom. I'm running a 2 to a 3 ounce jig on that, usually with like an 8/0 to a 10/0 hook on it, even for a lead head. This middleman one, I'm running usually a 1 or a 2 ounce. Today I've been running a 2 ounce. Lots of times I run a 2 ounce jig on the middleman. We're messing around with some different styles of plastic too. Matt had me test some stuff out here that's a little bit softer. I like a soft tube. I always have. And even though his tubes are very durable, his other ones are a little bit harder. And I told him, I was like, let's try some softer stuff. You'll go through more, but I honestly think it relates to more fish catches sometimes. I think. It's just an opinion. But anyways, the Big Mama, the Middleman, and the bite size. You can get them all at senditoutdoors.com, and you can use code Clayton to save a little bit. And yeah, but they're the tubes I use for ice fishing and for open water. He's also really changed his chartreuse to get very, very vibrant what I want. I was like, I want a really, really like bright chartreuse. So yeah, senditoutdoors.com, use code Clayton. and you'll catch yourself some lake trout. 5:17 sunset, 15 minutes ago. Woofda. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I really don't. The question is, do you guys find any value or entertainment in videos like this one where I'm just catching some smaller lakers? Do I not put videos like this out in the future? I think I'd like to hear your comments below, whether you want to see everything. Like, I know people, sometimes people like to see when it's slower too, and the grind of it, but the grind's okay to watch when somebody's actually like going out and they're drilling a bunch of holes and they're looking, it adds to the video. But it's like, this is a whole different kind of grind of like sitting in the shelter like all day and just hoping for that one right fish to come by. So comment below whether you want to see everything or whether I should maybe hold back sometimes in the future posting videos like this one right here. It's like, obviously there's two ways to do it. I could just keep hammering out videos, like try to get 2, possibly 3 videos a week sometimes, or I can go to 1 video a week and they're more going to be bigger fish, right? Like, obviously that's my passion. That's what my channel seems to be based around mostly, is the hunt for bigger fish. I have a huge passion to catch the biggest fish out of any species, right? It's what I've always liked to do. I like the challenge. And yeah, so comment below whether this video is good or whether it's trash, donkey trash. I'm on the ice trying to make it happen. You know, I could just drive around in a vehicle and go from lake to lake and just say there's not enough ice and don't fish, you know. There's always ice. Sometimes it's just how far do you have to drive to find it. That's the only problem. Well, I guess that will wrap up this video. I've already done a pile of talking so far, so I won't do any more. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all the support. And don't forget, get outside.